Hello students, today we are going to start with the chapter number 4 of civics, that is electoral politics. The most common form of democracy in our times is for the people to govern through their representatives. So in this chapter we will look at how these representatives are elected, why elections are necessary and useful in a democracy. And we will try to understand how electoral competition among parties serve the people. The basic idea here is it to distinguish democratic elections from non-democratic elections. We'll discuss the very first topic, why elections, with the help of a story. The state had been ruled by Congress party led by government since 1982. Chaudhry Devilal, the opposition leader, led a movement called Nyay Yudh. Nyay Yudh means struggle for justice, and he formed a new party, that is Lok Dal. His party joined other opposition parties to form a front against the Congress in the elections. In the election campaign, Devilal said that if his party won the elections, his government would waive the loans of the farmers and small businessmen. He promised that this would be the first action of his government. The people were unhappy with the existing government. They were attracted by Chaudhry Devilal's promise. So, when elections were held, they voted in favor of Lok Dal. Lok Dal and its partners, they won 76 out of 90 seats in the state assembly. Lok Dal alone won 60 seats and had a clear majority in the assembly. The Congress could win only 5 seats. Now, when the election results were announced, Chief Minister resigned. The newly elected members of Legislative Assembly of Lok Dal chose Devilal as their leader. And then the governor invited Devilal to be the new chief minister. 3 days after the elections results were declared, he became the chief minister. Now, as soon as he became the chief minister, his government issued a order waiving the outstanding loans of small farmers, agricultural laborers, and small businessmen. His party ruled for 4 years, but the next elections were held in the year 1991. This time, his party did not win the support of the people, so they lost elections. And Congress again came to power. Children, we have already learned that elections take place regularly in any democracy. There are more than 100 countries in the world in which elections take place to choose people's representatives. But why do we need elections? A rule of the people is possible without any election? If all the people can sit together every day and take all decisions? This is not possible in a large community, nor it is possible for everyone to have the time and knowledge to take decisions on all matters. Therefore, in most democracies, people rule through their representatives. A mechanism by which people can choose their representatives at regular intervals and change them if they wish to do so. This mechanism is called election. So, elections are considered essential for any representative democracy. In an election, the voters make many choices. Which are they? They can choose who will make laws for them. They can choose who will form the government and take decisions. They can choose the party whose policies will guide the government and law making. Now, children, the question arises, what makes an election democratic? Elections can be held in many ways. All democratic countries hold election, but most non-democratic countries also hold some kind of elections. But how do we distinguish democratic elections from any other elections? Here are some conditions of a democratic elections. First of all, everyone should be able to choose. This means that everyone should have one vote and every vote should have equal value. Second, there should be something to choose from. Parties or the candidates should be free to contest elections and should offer some real choice to the voters. Third, the choice should be offered at regular intervals. That is, elections must be held regularly after every few years. Fourth, the candidate preferred by the people should be elected. Fifth, elections should be conducted in a free and fair manner where people can choose as they really wish so. These all might look like very simple and easy conditions, but there are many countries where these are not fulfilled. Now, let us discuss that is it good to have political competition? Elections are all about political competitions. If there is no competition, elections will become pointless. But is it good to have political competition? An electoral competition has many demerits. What are they? It creates a sense of disunity and in every locality. Different political parties and leaders often level allegations against leaders. Parties and candidates use dirty tricks to win elections. Some people say that this pressure to win electoral fights does not allow sensible long-term policies to be formulated. Sometimes some good people who may wish to serve the country, they do not enter. They do not like the idea of being dragged into unhealthy competitions. Our constitution makers, they were aware of these problems. Still, they opted for free competition in elections as the way to select our future leaders. All political leaders know what is good for the people and are motivated only by a desire to serve them. Political leaders all over the world, like all other professionals, are motivated by a desire to advance their political careers. They want to remain in power or get power and position for themselves. They may wish to serve the people as well. They may not know what is required to do so, so their ideas may not match what the people really want. So, one way is to try and improve the knowledge and character of political leaders. The other way is to set up a system where political leaders are rewarded for serving the people and punished for not doing so. Regular electoral competition. It provides incentives to the political parties and leaders. They know that if they raise issues that people want to be raised, their popularity and chances of victory will increase in the next elections. But if they fail to satisfy the voters, they will not be able to win again. So all these help to force political parties and leaders to serve the people.